This is a really short video on frozen pipes, freezing temperatures, and what we did to fix it. So, underneath this, there's a bedroom above this, and there's a bathroom area, and that's supposed to be all the plumbing pipes and insulation. But flushing the toilet this morning, it didn't flush, so we're very worried that it is frozen. We are trying to do our best to protect it. We have some foam. Couldn't get to the store. Anyway, we're just trying this. So we got heaters on in the bathroom, which is above this area, and then the closet, which is also cold. 2 heaters, and it's like 90 something degrees in there, so hopefully that'll work. But anyway, we're doing our best to make some attempts. So what we did was we put blankets and that bubble wrap stuff underneath to insulate more the bathroom that is under that. And then we took and put plastic tarp around the outside. We're still working on that. Okay, we put this in the bathroom, and the tub is there, and I'll show you the sink in a minute. And I guess you don't need to see the sink in the toilet, but we put this in here. I had it on 90 when it was frigid out, like below 0. And now it's about 20 degrees outside, so this is at 84. Here's the sink, and last night it started to drip, but this is the hot water side. Cold water side is nothing. That's on. It's nothing, so that is a bit disconcerting, but this is the hot. So that the hot wasn't working either at all, so that's a new thing. So I'm gonna leave this trickle and just turn it down so it's trickling, because that will keep the water flowing. I'm gonna go over, whoop, maybe like that. And the toilet is not working at all. Nothing. And this oil heater, there's oil in here and it heats up. This is on 81, but this again was on 90. And this is in the closet, and both of this door here and the other door in the bathroom have been closed the whole time. This is a temperature indicator. You can't read it from the outside, but it's Wi-Fi, so it works with an app. And every half an hour I get a message tells me what the temperature is down here. It's very reliable. But it hasn't been above freezing down here, although it feels like it is right now. But I'm dressed pretty warmly, so I don't know. But I came down here to check to see if there were any water leaks. And I don't see any water leaks here on this cloth material. These are packing blankets for like refrigerators and utilities, appliances. But this, I can't tell if there are leaks because this is like not water permeable, so I can't tell. Now eventually this is all going to come down, and we're going to open up the box that is underneath this thing and really get a close look and see if anything's frozen. This is an outside view of what we closed in with tarps, basically for the wind chill factor. And it's, I guess the wind chill's lower. It's hard to tell, hard to know. So the tub is working, but it does not appear to be draining. So I'm going to turn that off. And I've closed that and opened it a couple of times, so that is not draining. So I don't know why that would even do that, because it's the 2.5-inch drainage pipe. It makes no sense to me. So this is the entire underside of what used to be a deck that they closed in. They closed it in up top. Up here they closed it all in, and that's a bedroom now. And this down here is a bathroom, and then this over in this area is a closet, but all of the pipes run through here down to the bathroom. And the tub is at the end, and then the sink in this area and the toilet over here. I can show you that more clearly. So that's where the sink is. And then it Y's off or T's off there and goes over to the toilet. You can see where the toilet evacuates, but right there is where the cold comes in. That's the toilet.
Yeah.
Is there any leaks there?
If that were being leaking, it'd be wet, but right here's where all the water is.
So it's not leaking in my toilet?
It's awful dry there.
Good.
This line right here is leaking. It's leaking from up there in that tub.
It's leaking from my tub, which ain't cool, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was insulated with R19 doubled up, so I think it was insulated well. It's just with frigid temperatures, not many things hold on. But what we were going to have the guy do, Bob, is put underneath this, you can see the two pipes. There's one right there, and there's the other one behind it, hot and cold. And we're going to have them put shut-off valves on it. But I think we're going to have them do it in the garage, which makes more sense. And these shut-offs will also have drains on them as well. Now, there's already a drain on the coal, so we don't really need to repeat that. So this is still damp. This is the next day after we took all of this off and found a leak. So it leaked there, and the guy who helped us, Bob, he told us that the leak was over here. You can see that's still wet. And a ton of water came out of there, so I'm not surprised. But you can see the spots right here, these dark holes. That's where it dripped a lot. But this is really light, dusty stuff. In fact, you can see what it does on my boots. Makes everything covers it in dust. But up there is where the leak was. And he replaced it with a straight edge piece of brass fitting that I had. And the 1/2-inch PEX. And I don't think it's been leaking at all. So I think we're okay. On to the next step. So Bob accidentally cut the cold because he couldn't tell the difference between the cold and the hot. And I definitely feel it now. But this thing is hooked up to a GFI that kept popping because there was a toothbrush connected to it. That got moved, so there's nothing connected to that GFI. Now this is warm. I can feel this is one of those things that goes along the copper pipe and keeps it warm. And it's warm versus this, which is really cold. So anyway, Bob cut this by accident, and so he had to put a shut-off valve here. But he also put a shut-off valve on the black and then a drain. So when this house is left vacant in the winter, this will get turned off and that will get turned off. The reason there's no drain on this one like this is because there's a drain in the garage. That's why we weren't going to put a shut-off valve on the coal, because it can be drained in the garage. In any event, we could still do that and just leave this alone. We don't need to mess with this because it'll be drained in the garage. It has to happen anyway. This is where the hot will be drained. This will get shut off. So it turns this way to shut off, which is nice. And Virginia labeled it. And then we'll just drain it here, which would be perfect. Now that's only when the house is left vacant. When the house is, when the house has somebody in it and obviously they're living there, they need water in the bathroom, they'll just leave a trickle on both cold and hot. So that should, in theory, prevent it from leaking. This is all going to get closed up with these pieces of insulation, and then that board over there will go back up here in this whole area. So you can get to it when you want to, like put a hinge on it with a handle or something and a simple lock, so you can get to it easily when you are leaving the house for any period of time. Now this whole underside will get covered back up also. So all of that insulation will stay up there and nothing will get at it. And then eventually this whole underside will be closed in. This wall here is just temporary. It was just to keep the wind away, and anyway, that was the idea. So all of this plastic tarp will come down, and wood, and that's how it looks with the insulation in it. The wood will go up against here. You might even get more insulation under there, but the wood will go up here with a hinge on it all the way over to here, and that's how you'll get in it to drain the pipe. Actually, you probably only need it here because I'll only be draining the hot from this end. The cold will get drained inside the garage. The drain here for the hot is a 3/8 inch, so I'll just hook a pipe up to it, and it'll be easier to drain it than trying to get a bucket up inside this small space.